Boys and girls, today we're going to talk a little bit more about our home journals. You've certainly been doing a lot of journal writing and you've been doing a lot of letter writing. So what we're going to do now is combine those, and you're going to write a journal and a letter to your mom and dad every week. You're going to sit with me and think about all the different things we've done that week and write to mom and dad about it in a letter, but then your mom and dad have homework. Their job is to write back to you. Read what you've written to them. Think about what questions they have for you about what you've written, or any comments they might like to make about what you're writing. And then you'll bring the journal back to school. We'll share your parents' responses, and the next week we'll do it again. So what we're going to think about today is how you can help me look at the criteria for success. What's going to make a successful home journal? Arian?
Successful sentences.
Bing, bing, bing. Exactly. What you've just done, boys and girls, is you've just given me all of the ideas for success criteria, haven't you? What I'm going to be seeing in your home journal and what you'll be thinking about when you write your home journal, so you'll know that you have had a successful time. Good morning, boys and girls. So what I did last night was I took home that big chart paper you gave me. Then I was able to sort your ideas out. What you told me was a good home journal needs to be easy to read. It needs to be in the form of a friendly letter. It needs to be interesting. And the questions your parents ask need to be answered. Remember we talked about it's a conversation with your mom and dad? So they read your journal and ask questions to you about what you've done. In order to write back to them successfully, you'll need to make sure you remember to answer their questions. So those were the criteria you told me. Then I took all of your other ideas as proof of the criteria. So you'll probably remember you told me that you need to have successful sentences, that you need to use the word wall or a dictionary to check your spelling. You need to have a closing. And because you're writing to your mom and dad, what do you think the closing will be? Veronica?
Love.
I think that's a wonderful idea. The next criteria, you told me that it's got to be interesting. So what you told me was that you need to have 2 or 3 ideas to write about, the big watermelon ideas. Then we have to pick the 5 W's to write about those ideas. The who, what, where, when, why, and that H that hangs around that how. So when you're sitting with your success criteria chart, you'll be able to look at the criteria and then look and find the proof in your own home journals. Happy Friday morning. Now, our job on Friday mornings is to have that conversation with our moms and dads. Are your moms and dads here? No. So what we're going to do is write that home journal, that friendly letter we write on Fridays to our moms and dads. But before we do, we need to think about those 2 or 3 big watermelon ideas that you're going to write about. Who's got so what has happened this week? What's one thing you can think of? Arian?
I'm going to the library.
Okay. Library, one big idea. What's another one? Aiden?
Math center.
Oh, we started new math centers. So what you'll want to think about are the math centers you've had a chance to go to so far, what you've done there. Okay. That's just this week. Are we busy?
Yes.
Big watermelon ideas. Now your job, before you do the writing, is to think about what idea are you going to write about for sure. Turn and tell an elbow buddy. For sure. What do you know you're writing about? One thing. And stop. Turn and tell another elbow buddy. Another idea. And stop. Now, we're going to have a chance to go to our cardinal direction walls, and let's just see. Okay, if you're wanting to write about math centers, you'll meet at the north wall. When you get to the wall, think about the big idea But then the details, the 5 W's and that H that hangs around. So when I say go, I'd like you to point to the wall you'll be meeting at for your first idea. Go. Boys and girls, I had a chance to walk around when you were doing your talking about the 5 W's and the H. Excellent, wonderful details. Your parents are going to be so interested to read about this week. Now, before you go to do that writing, think about, if you're part of the library research group, what are some of the words you might want to know how to spell before you go? Oh, yes.
You might need bumblebees.
Bumblebees. Okay, so if you were working on bumblebees, you're definitely going to want to know about that. Wonderful words. I'm really glad you chose recycling when we did litter hunt, because you found so many recycling objects as well as litter. Now, we're going to take your home journals. In the back of your home journals, voila, is your success criteria. Let's have it right beside you when you're doing the writing, and just check for the proof. Did I include the date? Yes. Did I include? Yes. So double check right here the criteria. Look for the proof in your writing this week.